Okay, welcome back to English Superior Sales English course. I'm Ben English, and today we're looking at upselling. Upselling. So, what is upselling? Well, first of all, look at this fact. Upselling increases revenue by 10 to 30% on average. So, that's pretty good, isn't it? Let's figure out what it is. What is upselling? Well, look, here we have a picture of a coffee. Let's say you go into a coffee store, okay, and you're like, oh, I want a coffee. Well, you go in the coffee, and it's €5 for this one. So, okay, but then you see, oh, look, oh, they've got a special offer for this one. It's only €1 more, and you get you get this cool big glass, and you get this, it's like a cappuccino or something. So you're like, oh, well, I only came in for a coffee, but that one looks really good, and all right, it's only €1 more. So I'm going to spend a little bit more money but get a better product. That's essentially upselling. And the fact is that they were already in your store. They were already there. So this is the idea of it can increase 10 or 30% on average. Think about McDonald's. You go into McDonald's, they every time the people there are programmed to say, if you just order a burger, they will literally say, would you like fries and chips with that? And they're programmed to say that every time. Why? Because you came in for the burger, right? But then they have an opportunity, because they're in front of you, to sell you the fries and the chips. And sorry, the fries and drink. That's where they make their money from. So upselling is really important. You should always provide the opportunity to upgrade for a special price. Okay. Remember the lower tone here. So when you're offering something like, I've got something very special for you, just for you. That always makes it seem like it's more important what you're offering them as well. So what are you doing? You're marketing. You're basically selling them the better product or service. You need to, you're essentially saying, look, you can have this, but for only 10 or 15% more or 20% more, you can have all of this as well. So is that something you'd be interested in? Because basically what you're doing is selling a better product or service. However, you don't want to come across as pushy. You're not pushing them to do it. You're not a sleazy salesman. You're just enthusiastic, informative, and educative. That's basically your role. You're enthusiastic because you know it's a better product or service what they could potentially have. You're informative because you're telling them, basically, you're educating them and informing them about the differences of that. And maybe they might not even know about this other service. So it makes sense for you to potentially offer it to them. 70 to 95% of revenue comes from upsells and renewals on average for companies who offer them. So what is this saying? It's basically saying your same customer. If you've got one customer, it's a lot easier to sell back to that same customer than it is to acquire a completely new customer. Why? Because that customer's already trusts you and already loves you and loves your company. So it's a lot easier to persuade them to buy something than to buy somebody completely different. The key thing here is not to offer the cheapest or most affordable product first, if possible. Don't waste your time making a presentation to someone if they don't want or need your product, okay? Shouldn't be buying it because the product or service isn't right for them or can't afford your product. So this is why it's so important to ask questions to your clients when they come in for information. You need to start to, using logic, figure out what they want. Okay, you can try and sell a nice pair of shoes to somebody, Italian, very comfortable, dress shoes, look great, okay, but if they're on holiday and all they need is some sandals, then they're never going to buy your shoes. They just simply don't want them or need them. So the other thing is, you don't want to just offer the cheapest thing available, right? You need to be like, right, what's your budget? Figure out what kind of client this is. Are they a backpacker or are they like a traveling businessman? You have to figure that kind of stuff out. You can assume that in any given room of 100 people, 30 are ready to buy right now, 30 are still shopping but are motivated to buy, 30 are curious, and 10 of them simply don't want to be there. They will never buy from you. Okay, so these are the easy ones to convince, and these ones are, well, they're easy in a way because you know that they're not going to buy from from you, so that's great. If they can tell you immediately, or you can figure out that they're not going to buy from you, well, you thank them and you say, well, move on. Okay, thank you for not wasting any of more of my time trying to sell something to you that you simply are never going to buy. Okay, I'd much rather be spending my energy here on people who are still shopping and are motivated to buy than down here the people who don't want to buy from you simply. Yeah, so remove those people as quickly as possible, so you can start focusing on persuading perhaps this main bulk here, this 60. So upsells are 68% more affordable than acquiring a new customer. Okay, so it's easier, this is the point, it's easier to sell something to somebody who's already bought something from you than it is to try and sell something to somebody who's never bought from you ever before. So it's all you have to do is add a little sentence to your offer. Okay, so hello today, sir, I can offer you this one, but if you would like, you could also upgrade for a certain price. Boom, all you've had to say is like 5 more words, and you're potentially giving yourself a upsell opportunity. Remember, don't sell solutions, sell aspirations. Yeah, you're not selling the idea of, oh, this is just going to be this is what you need. You're also saying it's like, this is what you've dreamed of, this is the A to B. We're getting you from A to B to where you want to be in B, right? You're not selling the bridge, the solution. You're saying I'm gonna get you to where B is. I know you're at A and you want to get to B, and I'm gonna help you get there. I'm not gonna sell you the bridge. I'm just gonna get and focus on that aspiration. So be the consultant first, identify the needs and desires of your client, then sell the dream. Simple as that. The logic case is, this is the best way to get to your destination. The emotional case is, this will be a magical trip that you and your family will never forget. That's why people go on holiday, right? It's not because they want to know how to get to their trip. They just want to have a magical experience. And that is upselling. So do your best. Add that into your sales process as much as possible. Try, if you have something extra to offer it. It's a lot easier than trying to get a new sale, as we've seen. Okay, it's a lot more affordable. It's a lot easier. It's going to make your company and your sales track record grow. So that's another lecture. I'll see you in the next one. Well done.